Hello! And welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to Queen Autumn Moon
and teen pop sensation Ariana Grindr
on our Liberty podcast.
And this is
Glamazon Prime.
That's the real business.
It's National Hug a Dog Day, so I thought I'd bring mine to work.
And the other dog is off camera at the moment in the peanut gallery.
I can't get our lovely expensive face masks on him.
Nice. Happy Hug a Doggy Day. Oh, it's good to see you, Abe.
He's Pamela Anderson. That's his drag name.
Pamela Anderson. That's so cute. 3, 2, 1.
Very nice.
So we're in full hair makeup today.
Mm-hmm. We're just recuperating from all the hard drag gigs.
Do you know what I mean? I feel very pampered. I'm a pampered pooch today, so I am. You did my makeup. She
Hair
put
makeup.
me in pseudo cream.
Costume.
Hair in a gig. Listen, house coated. Do you call it house coat or a robe?
House coat.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have to
robe.
finish the pod.
We're not doing robes and left for wizards. Oh, sorry, Miss Dave is standing.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you
okay.
spent $145 on it in Universal.
Yeah, and it was
It's
worth
called the
every
house coat. Pre-black mold. I know we already said that, but you have to get up very early to cancel us. Very early. Come here to me.
Did you hug a dog today?
I actually did. No, I did. I've been hugging dogs my whole career. That's me. How do you think I got to where I am today? Oh my God. Feed the birds, tuppence a bed.
You're going to be so proud of me.
The
I finally made show notes for the pod.
Yay!
It only took, what episode is this?
I think it's 20 or 21.
394.
It's not short with us.
Okay. Oh my God, very appropriate for the day that's in it. Mama,
What?
did you see the direwolves?
I did see the dire. Oh, real dire. Real
A
dire.
dire situation material as well.
Real dire. So this is the DNA
Mm-hmm.
and the science. Women in STEM. Women in STEM.
Yeah. The company's name is Colossal. And it was actually founded by a load of non-science people, but then they were all like billionaires and
Rich.
shit. They
Yeah,
were like,
okay.
let's bring in the scientists to bring back the dead animals.
Let's not cure world hunger.
Yeah.
Let's not cure cancer. Let's bring back the dead animals.
Definitely.
Listen,
Now, it
It's not
is
my
very
money.
good for the women in STEM.
who am I to tell women what to do with their money? Look, well, women in STEM.
Yeah, well, I hate to burst everybody's bubble.
Okay.
No, I don't. No, but they're not really direwolves. They kind of lied through their teeth.
Is it like I can't believe it's not butter? I can't believe
I
it's
can't
not
believe
direwolves.
it's not direwolves,
That's
yeah.
the pot.
But what they did was they took grey wolf DNA and they just did a bit of a Control-Alt-Delete. They just did a bit of a gene edit. So they're actually genetically modified like regular wolves, grey wolves.
Okay.
Not real direwolves. But how they did it is still, the way they did it is new technology. So
Okay.
they took DNA from a tooth that was found in a cave. Oh, wow.
Homeless, not too
Could have been
bad.
anybody's. But it was 12,000 years old. And they got a bit of DNA from her, and then they found a skull in the bottom of a river or something.
Fuck,
And they-
rolling on a
She was
river.
72,000 years old, nearly as old as you. And they took some.
Fuck, that was a cheap fucking shot. And I know a thing or two. I love a fucking cheap shot.
They took this
Apple
DNA.
sours. That
from
was
the
an apple
bones.
sours.
Bones in the skull. Oh, they did it. What about cloning him? Cloning a wee.
My wig is slipping on.
People clone their dogs.
Well, as they should. I can get on board with that.
Women
Wonderful.
them.
The women in STEM.
But yeah, they're not really direwolves, but it's fucking deadly and they look cool, and you know it's getting all the kiddos interested in science. And
They're very much. That's nice. And they were saying they're going to try bring back
Miss Mammoth.
Miss Mammoth. That was my favourite animal when I was a kid for some reason. You know who I think why that was my favourite animal? Miss Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. Obsessed.
Oh, I was gonna say
My wig, Tina, has fallen off. Peanut Gallery, would you mind fixing this for me?
Okay.
New Year, don't reach the child's eyes.
I'm not.
Actually,
You know,
you look very mistapes.
mistaped. Am I mistaped?
Mistapes.
Do I look taped?
Mistapes.
Thanks, Lozilla.
No.
Keep friend of the pod. You know what that reminded me of? Remember Darla from Finding Nemo that takes the bag for goldfish? She's the Darla and I was the little goldfish in the bag.
That's very mistapes. You look very
Snatcheroo.
snatchified. But yeah, anyway.
I got chills.
Very,
I'm
very exciting
snatchified.
technology, but they're not
Very
really
exciting.
direwolves.
But I'm all for a woolly mammoth. I'd love a Snuffleupagus.
And that again will probably be a similar thing. It'll probably be a genetically modified
I can't believe
Asian
it's not.
elephant.
I can't believe it's not woolly
I can't
mammoth.
believe it's not Mammothina. But it's still very useful technology for conservation, and
It's
it's
very
getting
much, and
the general public.
but I have a very controversial opinion.
Okay.
Just cure world hunger, cure starvation.
But it's probably
There's enough
easier
money.
to bring back.
Do you remember when
GMO
Elon was like, "I can
jobs.
either cure world hunger, or and homelessness, or buy Twitter," and he bought Twitter and ran it into the ground.
It's called X.
Oh, sorry, I misgendered.
The Gulf of America.
The Gulf of X. The Gulf of X. The very much.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
Like these people are insane. Why are all the insane people rich? Says me sitting here in full wide face. The very much. Ding, 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 ding.
Show the camera your beauty. Show them your beauty.
The very much. We got a beauty.
What a beauty! Crikey, what a beauty!
You can mark yourselves safe on Facebook. We did talk about Robert Earwood again, and it's a big swing of Mickey. That's his own business. It's his own business. Like, come here to me. Speaking of women in business, Miss Disney was doing a gig. Now, I know we've talked about live actions before.
Controversial.
They're very much, but I'm all for it because I'm like, it's just more lore.
Yeah.
Like, it's not replacing the original. It's not ruined. It's just, it exists in the multiverse alongside it. So everyone can fuck down. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want to, just don't partake. Pass the duchy on the left-hand side. That's your own business. But I did watch Mufasa on Disney Plus. Did you watch Mufasa?
No, I wouldn't be arsed.
Well, to be honest, I was watching. I was like, I think you might have enjoyed it. Did you like The Lion King?
The original.
The original.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the new one. It's okay.
Okay, well maybe if you weren't,
I wouldn't run screaming from the room if it was on.
Okay,
like some of the other ones.
If you weren't 100% about the original, then maybe give it a miss. But I was sitting there. Now, to be fair, I watched it in two parts because I kind of got a bit bored and I knocked it off. Then I watched it.
It's great. You should watch it.
Actually, on second thought. No, but then when I watched the rest of it, then I was like, you know, this is actually a great little story. Now, it's very obvious. It's like Mufasa's origin story.
Right.
And then there's Scar, but that's not his name until the very end. Spoiler alert, he's just like, call me Scar. But like, it was very like...
tries to fix his tail.
The very much, but it was so obvious from the very, let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start that this was going to be Scar. And but I was in the very last line there. They kind of like, it was very like, oh, how do we wrap up this storyline and tell everyone it's Scar to make it really obvious for the children? So they had me right up until then, and then I was like, I'm watching a kiss film. But right up until that point, I was quite entertained.
Okay.
Other than the time I had to switch it off.
Yeah, other than when you turned it off because I got bored. It was very entertaining.
That's your business. I'm a woman in business.
Oh my God, speaking of women and jizz and media and literacy.
Yeah.
The last for season 2 was out in like, from when we filmed, it's like 4 days.
Oh,
I cannot wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Nice. Right, no, it's going to be very good. I binge. Now, see, this is the thing. Does this come on once a week? Or is it all together?
They've started doing that thing where they'll drop 2 episodes at the beginning and then they'll do 1 a week. So I hope they do that. Because I'd like a little 2 moment and then I can...
Okay. Just
because if they release them on one day, I would burn through them in 2 days.
See, because I was so late to the show, I watched them all. I did watch about 3 or 4 back to back. And then I did a few more when I got the chance and I really enjoyed it. But like, this is the thing, like when The White Lotus came on, and now that's such a slow moving, they edge it for the whole thing, and then the last 2 episodes are Slay Cunty Tina.
Incestual.
But when there's only 1 a week, and it's an hour of being edged, and then no release and then you get 5 of them before it starts getting good. So that's why I'm a bit like, back in the day when they used to do 1 episode a week, it was different, like a Desperate Housewives and all these, because something really dramatic and Slay Tina Cunty would happen.
Yeah.
So and then there'd be a little cliffhanger at the end to bring you back for the next week. Whereas I was missing that in The White Lotus. It was a lot of just being edged, and it made me quite.
I do like a slow burn though. Now I will preface that way. I have to have a slow burn where I have multiple to watch. I wouldn't a slow burn 1 a week. No.
See, this is where The White Lotus was a bit like. It kind of made me a bit tired, but at the very end, it was a very good finale in the end.
So are you saying that you're better off waiting? If it's a 1 a week, you should just wait until...
It depends. If I were, like, if something deadly was happening every week.
Like Game of Thrones?
No. But...
Well, the original Game of Thrones, something mad would happen every week.
So that's what I need.
Most of the time.
But because I like the idea of it being spread out. Whereas when Only Murders in the Building does it really well. That's a murder mystery.
Much.
Selena Gomez. Very cunty. And it's comedy as well. Interspersed with musical theatre songs. So there's something for everyone.
So it's good.
Loved it, yeah. And there's like different celebrity like people, like stars in it every
that's
season.
Disney Plus, is it?
Yeah, Disney Plus. Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives is in it. Meryl Streep is now in it. Who else is in the new season? Oh my God, they got someone really cunty.
Anyone you've worked with? Oh, Renee.
I don't think that there's anyone I've worked with in it. Maybe someday. Not yet. And no, but your man who actually works with Jenna Ortega in the Unicorn, whatever, Death be
Dead to be
Unicorn.
unicorn, yeah.
He's in it, and he does an awful Irish accent. It's so...
Now, on a scale of bad Irish
Xenophobic.
accents, are we talking about Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt in Snatch, or are we talking about the fucking, what's his name, Gerard Butler in, that's the one where he writes the letters to her and he's like, oh, go home to my country. Oh,
Yeah.
It's the worst. I think that's the worst.
Very
Irish
much.
accent.
And did you ever
Yes,
see...
I love you.
Yeah. Did you ever see Irish Wish on Netflix with Lindsay
I watched
Lohan?
it in your
Yeah.
house.
Fuck's sake, did you? Don't mind me. I'm having a wig, doing a wig change. I'm Roxy Andrews and I'm here till the water runs clear. And yeah, but it's as bad as Irish Wish. It's very like charity, oh no, and the amount of Irish in America.
I was just gonna say, why don't you just hire Irish people
Like,
to do it?
That part, like, I'm not being bad. There's so many Irish in
women in
America.
film.
Do you know, very much. So it is a bit
Andy could have
annoying.
played the man then.
Very much. And what was I talking about? How did we get here?
You're talking about Murders in the Building.
Oh yeah, so that's a 1 a week gig, but it's very edge, funny. Here's a musical number. We're building stories, but then something really like, oh, and then you're like, there's a few red herrings. So then you're like, oh, it's fucking her. I fucking knew it was her. The amount of times I thought it was Selena Gomez for the last 4 years, like, and I'm like, it's fucking her. I know it is. One of these days she's gonna kill someone in that program, and I'm gonna be like, I fucking told you. But like, there's so much stuff going on every single week that I don't mind waiting an extra week.
I might have to give it a go.
Very good.
I love that when you find something new in just a couple of seasons and you're like, I can sink me
See,
teeth
this is
into
what I
this
mean.
now,
So I
binge.
found The Last of Us after like the season finale. So I was like, oh, I kind of could do it at my own pace, and I was like, cunty. Whereas if it was something like The White Lotus, it was a bit like, thank God I first found it after the first 2 seasons it aired, because I got to be like,
Yeah, I
watch
think
them
I
all.
was the same.
Whereas season 3, it was a bit like, and it was particularly
Where
more
is
slow
the
moving.
incest?
Yeah, I was like, can we not just do a bit of incest Tina every episode? It was like they gave me incest Tina in the first, and then
they edged you.
and there was a lot too much edging. I'm more of a instant gratification type of gal.
And come here, speaking of Disney Plus, I'm robbing your line. Speaking of Disney Plus, we're very excited. The new Goofy movie documentary.
You sent me.
Can
this.
you listen to each other's side and get to love and fun and feel the love is the real. We're gonna get copyright struck. Singing it out loud. I fucking love the Goofy movie. Such an underrated gem of a classic.
Well,
Was that a straight to video situation?
Yes, but isn't it quite? Was it? Did it come
Yeah.
out in the pictures?
No.
Okay, never mind me. Fuck my drag. But I love that they acknowledge how much of a cult classic it is, and now they're doing this documentary is it the 30-year anniversary?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Something country like that. They're celebrating something like that.
It is
because
early 90s.
There's
Like,
Miss
could be
Goofy Movie,
91.
and then there's Miss Extremely Goofy Movie.
Yeah, she was a bit of a flop.
Oh, was she? To be
I don't
honest, I
remember.
can't remember. I'd have to watch them again, but I would have watched them when I was a kid. I would have had the videotape.
There's this great. I always loved Goofy movie, right? Because I just grew up with it, and it was one of our firm favorites in the household.
Oh, I love Firm. I just love a bit of Firm.
favorite. And catch me when I'm DJing a panty playing the boat, and I was like,
Well, that's your own
"Give me a
business.
little power line look."
What am I going to do? I'm going to be on a boat with no Wi-Fi. Well, hopefully I'll have Wi-Fi. That's my own business.
But I always loved them. And then I came across this video essay one time on YouTube. It was like, how the Goofy movie is the perfect movie musical. And I was like, it's great, but stop. And I clicked in. Your man goes in and breaks down all the songs, like some sort of music professor dude.
Okay.
And he was actually going through it. And I was like, oh my God, the Goofy movie is even better than I realised.
But this is when I got YouTube documentary into believing that Joan Rivers got unalived on the surgery table for out and
Well, that's a
the
conspiracy.
Obamas as a trans woman.
Oh, yeah.
But like sometimes when you watch something on a YouTube thing, they do
This
radicalize
is a
you.
conspiracy. This is just a music
I know,
teacher
but
guy.
it's just because it was like a YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah.
It just made me think of that. But I remember being watched like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But then after like your eyes have been stapled open and you've been watching it for 4 hours and you're getting waterboarded and you're like, oh shit.
Moon is hollow.
Is this real? And of course it's not fucking real.
Come here. None of us were in the room when she died on that surgery table. Obama could have went in and hit with a sledgehammer for all we know.
I know, but we
didn't.
can't say that and then give out to the audience for media literacy. Same time.
We can.
We
It's
like
our
to-
podcast. We can do.
we can do
What did
every-
you say? It's a woman's prerogative to be hit liberal.
Yes, yeah. The very much wise one once said. The very
But I
much.
think it's called Not a Goof or Not Just a Goof. Anyway, on Disney Plus, check it out.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. Add it to my list.
Let me just Check my notes.
Show notes. It's very country when you call them show notes.
Yeah, not just the goof on Disney Plus. Very good. Oh my god. Something that I wrote in my show notes that I saw in your story.
I'm so proud. Who are you? Who is this girl I see?
So, did your dad kick you out?
What did I do this time?
A new fucking doll arrived.
Which? Oh, the Glinda one?
Yeah.
Miss Glinda? The Glinda, you are just you good. No, they saw it like there and they didn't say anything with this growth. Let's celebrate that.
Let's have that.
They saw her and they didn't mention it. Usually it's like, oh, you got another doll?
But was this one that was paid for a long time ago?
Basically, what in Bethlehem?
Bethlehem.
The Bethlehem. This one was actually supposed to come for my birthday in October. This is how long I've been waiting for this doll. So I ordered this one. So it's Glinda in her shiz university. You know, the viral TikTok dance.
Oh yeah. Asymmetrical boob dress.
These things are sent to try us. That one.
That's
nice. And it's that outfit in the Glinda Jizz University. And I ordered Glinda and Alphabet together. Alphabet came. The box was a little bit bashed, but Glinda wasn't in the parcel. So I was like, what the hell? So I got on to Miss Walmart. I ordered it in Walmart. And then I use Address Pal on Post to they give you a little fake American address and then they send it over to you. It's whole thing cost a fucking fortune in the end, but you get what you want because she was a Walmart exclusive.
Okay.
I'm up to my girl in fucking Walmart exclusives. These dolls, I swear to God. Now it's coming out in Smith's over here in May.
So it wasn't exclusive, so that was a lie.
Well,
survey says, eat my ass.
But they said it was a Walmart exclusive in America, but then
timed exclusive.
Very much.
Okay.
But it's coming out in Smith's apparently. But I didn't want to wait until then and then find out that it wasn't actually coming. And then I missed out. So when I saw her on Miss Amazon then the other day, so I'm kind of fucking ahead of myself. When do I know? So I got on to them and I was like, listen, because Miss on Post said, listen, we have your package and we're sending it to you. Then I heard nothing. And I was like, hey, where's that package? And they're like, oh, we actually don't have it. But then I was like, why didn't you tell me you didn't? You sent it off. But anyway, they were like, get on to Walmart. So I got on to Walmart. So Miss Walmart were very sound and they were just like, they refunded me. And they just said, sorry about it. But then I couldn't get the doll anywhere. So I was snapping. So I randomly saw her on Amazon the other day. And I just snapped her up. 40 quid now.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Now, apparently she's only going to be 27 in Smith's, 28. But at the same time, that's not a guarantee. What if they turn around and they just don't have them? So I was like, you know what? Let's just take the L.
Well, while we're talking about postal services and all this returns and all, I have a bone to pick with ASOS and on Post. I have a bone to pick.
Are you listed?
I is gisnin.
Sleigh bells ring. I is gisnin.
I purchased a pair of Bootashi off ASOS that were €100. Mind you, I'll have you know. Right?
Okay.
And they Miss Cam and Miss didn't really look like the picture. I was like, the picture's a much nicer version of this.
Me on Grindr and Tinder and Hinge.
So anyway, refund, blah, blah, blah. Go through the ASOS gig. And they were like, oh, you can select at the on post, like the postman will knock on your door and collect it. And I was like, boots to you. Do you want? Great. So I went back up, did that. Postman collected it. About 3 weeks go by. Silence. Radio silence. So I got on to them and I'm like, hi, just looking for an update.
Silence women.
They silence women. They silence women in foot media.
And then I just interrupted women, but go on.
Anyway, got onto the boat with them. She's sending me to her. They're sending me back to her. And I'm going to both yous are telling me to go to the other one.
They conspired against you.
Meanwhile, nobody's helped me. They were like, the postman should have given you a receipt. Where's your receipt? And I was like, he didn't. The postman didn't give me a receipt.
Oh,
so now nobody will help me. So basically, a man knocked on my door and took something and walked away. And now nobody will help me. And they were €100. So I'm dead off.
That's wild.
That's terrible.
And the next time he was delivering your Amazon parcels, he was wearing them.
Yeah, I got to be watching them.
But there's shoe cam. Shoe cam.
I got to straight them if I catch.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to come from it.
They're about like, sorry about it. Flop.
Do you have a doorbell cam?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd have footage from 3 fucking weeks ago. I didn't know there was an issue.
No, we'll go looking. I'm the doorbell cam extraordinaire. Let's go fucking do it.
Okay.
Let's catch the
I
bitch.
have a ring.
Oh, sure.
I think.
You have the camera as
I
well.
think I should just.
Yeah, I get the footage.
I should just.
Yeah, if you said I have proof on the doorbell camera, that's a receipt.
They're very good. They're very cheap.
For 100 quid, like no, fuck that. We'll get the image of them on the camera.
Have you seen this man?
In your €100 shoes.
Pull them up.
My blue suede shoes. Oh, I have enough pictures of my fucking doorbell camera.
They were very gay. They were like cowhide, like kind of cowboy shoes. They were very
No, hon, I would absolutely get that footage up. Do it.
Do it.
More at 11. We'll let you know how this goes on.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going
If I
on
get an
holidays
update, I'll
on Sunday,
I'll
so
watch
you'll
this.
have to. Now, do Miss a Peanut Gallery Lazilla over there.
She's more snappy than me.
Make sure you follow this up. Get the doorbell camera. They'll enforce it while I'm away.
I'm going to blast them on the pod. I'll put a picture of the postman.
The Zoom. Speaking of fucking posts, America is going well. America's already gone. I won't say to the dogs because that's an insult to dogs. Obviously, Miss fucking Orange is running the world into the ground over there.
Such a little meme. Do you want to show
Oh,
the
yeah.
people your meme?
Nice way. So there's all these tariffs that Miss Trump is putting on.
Oh, the fucking island with the penguins.
The what?
He put these tariffs on an island where only penguins live.
Stop.
So he's tariffing penguins, mama. He's thick cunt. Only penguins live on it, and they tariffed them.
March of the Penguins.
There's no humans on. It's only penguins on this island, and he was
What's
like,
Happy Feet like?
yeah. He wants to go over and tax
Putting
fucking
on the
their
rich.
fish. And then someone pointed out to him, and they were all real embarrassed. Like, no, we're not gonna. We're just gonna leave it on that because that's it. They were trying to make it. That's a territory. I'm like, penguins live on the fucking island, man. What are you gonna do? Take their
fucking
fish?
Marcus territory now, but that's his own business.
Stupid bastards.
How do I do this now? Oh, sorry, I'm after
You
locking
don't
your
have
phone.
any fingers.
They're costing that.
You
Yeah,
nimble
I'll have to
fingers.
chop your fingers off. Yeah, nice. Like,
Penguins.
right. So there's tariffs. He's introducing all these poxy tariffs, and they're saying because of the
El Tarif.
fucking tariff him out of it, it'll be fucking reefed in a nice way. And he's putting on. People are worrying now because the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, and it's going to cost be even more expensive now because of these poxy tariffs.
But
And,
Nintendo, that's a Japanese company, isn't it?
Yeah, so wouldn't it be tariffed because it's not American?
Oh, if you're an American buying one, yes, but not for us.
Yeah, no, we were
European free market.
They're very much so. The Americans are shitting us. So anyway, I've seen now it could be fucking AI for all I know, but there's a picture of an airplane that's been gutted. All my seats been taken out, and it's been filled full of iPhones. Read that out for the lovely people.
Apple reportedly flew five planes full of iPhones into the US.
Into the second tower. Sorry.
Imagine how long it took to put them all on airplane mode. Very amusing.
That's nice.
Very amusing.
I'll pop the image up.
Mm-hmm. Pull that up, Jamie.
Nice way. But yeah, someone said that they should do that with the Miss Nintendo Switch 2s. But it's not mad that Apple
Can we
thought
just
to
put
like
a
fill
tariff
up a
on
plane.
fucking Egypt?
Do you know what I mean?
We're,
I've an
we're
idea.
text, Mom.
Get the Cheeto out of the White House. That's a great.
Oh, well,
idea.
according to The Simpsons, on the day we're filming this is the 10th or 11th, apparently he gets unalived on the 12th. According to The Simpsons, Mom.
Believe women.
Believe yellow women in film.
They're very much Miss Marge and Miss Lisa.
Homie.
Miss Matt Groening.
We did this before.
Homie.
Oh, homie.
You do it so much better than I.
That's a terrible Mad Simpson.
Homie.
It's like our mad alcohol sister. Homie. Come here.
Yes, mate. Oh, yeah.
You were telling the girls about you're going on holidays.
Oh, yeah. So I'm actually going on holidays. So when we're filming this is before my holiday. So I'm technically, if you're listening to this or watching us, I'm away in the somewhere
Beyond
the
sea, somewhere waiting for me.
Oh. And
Will
I'm
you be still away when this comes out?
Oh, actually, I might be just home. Home
When I think of home,
is where the shirt is.
I think of a place with tariffs overflowing.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, so I'm on my holidays. And yeah, so I'm excited about my holiday. I'm going on this cruise.
Cruising around.
But then I was just thinking back, and the sexual tension between me and a holiday romance needs to be studied. It's so funny when I think back, like my last holiday, the very first night of the holiday, we went on a cruise around the Med, and it was like Italy, Spain, France. But the first night we stayed in Barcelona to get on the cruise in the morning. And there was this very sexy Australian. I was swanning around in my little
Sexy
speedo.
Australian. What's his name? Robert.
What was his name? I can't say his name on the pod, but it wasn't Robert. Oh, Robert Irwin, I'm fucking need you. Good day. We got a big one. Whatever that
Can I
was.
say something very controversial?
Yeah.
I don't find him attractive.
Oh.
Because I look at him and I'm like, I know you're that.
You said this before, but you
But I do. I know his dad.
I know loads of people's dads, and I ride them. I ride the dads.
Yeah,
Nice,
nice.
mate.
But he's lovely. I love him.
I know,
He's the
right?
fucking image of his man. And by the way, the man's name is Terry. To clear that up.
And the child's Bindi.
The dog's name is Bindi.
Was that not the sister?
No.
Oh,
The
what's
dog is Bindi.
I thought that was
Am I doing this again? I thought the dog was called
Peanut
Bindi.
Gallery. Can you look that up for us? We need a verification.
What was the dog's name? I'm going to crack up.
And is
It's
the sister
National
not
Hug a
Bindi?
Dog Day. The dog was Bindi.
Is Bindi... How do you say
There's an
Bindi?
older sister and Robert is the younger brother.
I'm brutal. What do I know? You fucking watched it.
I know, it was
I
a
should have done
long
more
time
than
ago.
that cost extra.
I'm terrible with names, so you will forgive me.
Well, it's be
Bindi,
Bindi.
Miss
No,
Bindi.
Bindi is the sister.
Okay.
What was the
Pretend that I
dog's
knew-
name?
What was the dog called? Let me pretend I know things.
But yeah, have you been? I feel like I have to do this when I ask this question. Have you? What?
Chandler.
Chandler?
And
Like
that's
from
not
Friends?
gelling with my geesh.
Well, listen.
And Bindi. Bindi and Chandler.
Oh, so Bindi's the dog.
Bindi's the dog's name as well.
And the
Bindi's
sister?
the dog's name as well.
Sister, yeah.
We were about right.
Well, listen.
Trust women in media.
Check their fucking hard drives.
Trust white women in media. I mean,
very much. Nice. But imagine naming me, if my mum and dad brought a dog home and called it Neville,
Neville.
like,
Ariana.
or Ariana.
Ah,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
actually, our drag name might be cute.
might be very confusing. And then I'm called the dog Ariana. And
You'd be like, Ariana's such a bitch, you wouldn't know who they're talking about.
But holiday romances, when I think back, the very first night in Barcelona, do you ever just tell, you can tell someone fancies you from the way they're looking at you?
Yeah, you get the
It
vibe.
doesn't happen to me often, unfortunately. But I was like, that fella over there is if like he's kind of just throw himself at me at any moment, and I'm swanning around in my little speedo, and I get into the pool. The next thing I know, we're like kissing. Now, obviously, like,
But
we're in the face. And then after we went to bed, he was like, "Come to my room." So we had a little moment in the room. First night of the holiday.
Chamber is it warm?
Listen, I love a little holiday romance. That, and then I came back to the room. Then we found Alice and was like, "Tell me what happened." And I was like, "I'll tell you a PG version of the story because after all, she is straight, and I didn't want to like traumatize her too
Shock
much
to the system.
because that's like what we were doing was like after 5 months of knowing someone in the
Yes.
straight world. Do you know what I
We
mean?
gave each other colonoscopies.
The very much.
No polyps.
And then, but
He
then
clipped my polyps, Mom.
the very much. And then I was thinking back when I went to Disneyland Paris with my sister for Disneyland Pride, very country holiday. I met a guy on Grindr and he was so nice. It was a lovely holiday romance. And this
Was it
more,
Mickey?
It was. Me and Mickey know each other very well. And we're still friends like on Instagram and stuff. He's a lovely fella from England. Gorgeous, loves Mickey. Not Mickey. No, he just loves Mickey. But he loves Disney. And we had a lovely little day around Disneyland. And we'd go out and have a little kiss in the corridor. Upon a thank you. And my sister was taking cute pictures of us, like having a little kiss in front of the castle. And it was really nice.
Just first you just met that day?
Yeah, basically.
so
But we were like fell in love and had a little holiday romance, and it was very sweet. We'd walk around to like 4 o'clock in the morning holding hands and around like just not in the park because obviously it was closed, but like around the hotels and stuff.
Gay Perry.
And because it was Disneyland Paris Pride, they opened one of the parks. Yeah, it was Gay Perry. They opened the park until like 2 a.m. and it was very slating. Now they haven't done Disneyland Paris Pride because they're doing works and they're building Miss Frozen land and Miss Lion King land, and they're doing a lot of works there. So hopefully they do Disneyland Paris Pride again because that was very Cuntalina. But yeah, I do love a Miss Holiday Romance. I don't know what it is about me. I just love falling in love.
I love love.
And then never seeing them again. No, I'm only messing. But like, I would like to continue things on, but just when you live in different countries, you have to be on. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not going to really work out. But at the same time, I think it like kind of stems back to like when I was a kid and going on family holidays. I couldn't really have holiday romances the way normal teenagers do because I wasn't out.
Unless you were, kissing the groundskeeper behind the shed.
The very much. But that's the real business. But you know, when I think back to like even when we were kids and going away and like teenagers going off and having a little wear and stuff, it didn't really happen for me. It's kind of nice that I kind of get to do it
Did
now.
you not to be used to be kissing girls and all kissing girls?
No, like I kissed one girl and I ended up being in a relationship for over 3.5 years.
That poor, poor woman.
Yeah, she marked herself safe on Facebook from surviving me. Years from now, when they do the Surviving Ariana documentary on Netflix, she'll be one of them little like silhouettes being interviewed.
I can't say too much.
And she was the top.
She used to make me topper.
Nice way.
I was somebody's holiday romance sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he was over from the States and he matched with me on.
That's mad, actually.
No, not the serum. He was actually very, very, very lovely. But he matched with me on Hinge, and he was like, "Oh,
Real Hinge.
I'm gonna be in Ireland. You guys know Galway?" And I was like, that's nice. I was like, and then anyway, he ended up texting me when he was in. He was like, "Oh, I'm in Dublin, you're around," and I happened to be out in town, and I was like, "Wouldn't it?" Anyway, it was a lovely.
And did he take you to Malele?
4-day relationship.
Did he take you up to Malele?
That's my own business. And a woman has the right to privacy.
Nice, mate. Malele is the
hotel room
land.
was lovely though.
Oh, sure. Fucking was on the rest. And you just give each other colonoscopies.
Snatching polyps.
A guard
But
wouldn't ask
we,
them that.
we
Nice, mate. Peanut gallery. What were we doing for time there?
22:02.
Oh, I was in a 2.
I forgot I was wearing something on my face and I was like, why do I feel weird? Our skin's going to be so clear.
What is this? No, well, you should be used to having white jizz all over your face, white liquids all over your face. That's your own business. Yeah, I've so much stuff to do for my holiday. I still, when I'm saying that, I'm not packed per se. It's not in the suitcase, but I have it all out on the bed to be put into the case.
Very nice.
Very much. I still have to check in. Have to check in for the flight. Have to check in on the cruise app.
You have to check into reality.
Very much, but I've loads of books. I have my Heartstopper book, and then I have another book called Bloom. It's a graphic novel, a gay graphic novel.
Love.
Very continuing about these two guys getting to know each other, working in a bakery.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about Jews.
Because I love Jewish people.
By the way, I love Jewish people. I put that on our story for the 6 people who follow us on Instagram. They will have seen the clip.
Oh, and come here to me. If you don't mind, we'll just go and leave us a lovely little comment. If you're listening on YouTube, leave us a YouTube comment. It helps with this algorithm. If you're listening on Miss Spotify, please leave us a comment. My brother left us a comment. Shout out John, friend of the pod. And by the time this comes out, John will have his first child. John and Emma are with child. They're going to have a baby over the due date is the 15th.
Right.
So this is probably coming out like after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna have their first baby. They don't know if it's a boy or a girl. They want. Sometimes it's all a big surprise. They want to be surprised.
Ah, that's nice.
Which is very cunty that they're not doing the whole.
Well, yeah, it is. Yes, it's nice to know.
It's very like futuristic. They're a futuristic couple.
Not knowing is futuristic. I thought not knowing was old school.
Oh, is it?
Like you didn't know 100 years ago. You just had to wait and see.
I suppose, but the fact that they're like you can fucking know the gender in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? The fact that they're not enforcing that. They're real like. Whatever, case the rest are, whatever will be, will be.
Right.
And they've done, I helped them paint. Look, me painting now, to be fair, I actually wasn't painting. I was doing the polyfill, I was filling the holes.
Would be like
I was appropriating top culture.
Would be like
doing the polyfill, but they've done the room in lovely yellow. It's all very gender neutral.
Yellow is so in this season. Everyone's talking about butter yellow. Have you seen this?
Has it?
Butter yellow.
Butter yellow,
It's
tell
the
me.
colour of the springtime. It's butter yellow. So, honest to God, this is all, well, maybe I'm just on yellow talk.
That's your own business.
And it was all yellow. But yeah, butter yellow is apparently the colour of Miss Spring. And it's literally butter yellow.
Well, listen.
And it is kind of, it's very aesthetic. It's very kind of
my
hippy-dippy.
new, well, welcome to the world, my brand new nephew, niece, or gender non-conforming.
Welcome to the world. Sorry about the mess.
Yeah, sorry, Diva, or Devo, or gender neutral Div monarch. I don't know. The very much. Divex. Is it? Maybe it's Divex, is it?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Will be in the future.
We'll find out.
Oh my God.
11.
He is such a future baby. He was born after direwolves were brought back. That's very confident. That's very bicentennial man.
It's gas because do you ever see that meme where it's like were you born in the 1900s?
Yeah.
And it's people who were born after the millennium. And I'm like, please don't say that. But someone said that to me. It was like, were you born in the 1900s or are you like
literally
after the
old
millennium?
maiden type of
And I'm like,
born.
will you never say
Old
that to
maiden
me
type of
ever
age.
again? That's so, and you know what I was thinking about on my walk the other day? Someday when the last person born in the 1900s dies, it's going to be all over the news. The last person from the 1900s. We'll be brown bread, unfortunately. But that's so depressing to think. And they'll be like, oh my God.
Speaking of bicentennial man, I don't think I've told it. Maybe I did tell the story, but do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
When I was on Grindr back in the day, I actually deleted Grindr a while ago. That's me on business.
Let's celebrate that.
Let's have that conversation. I was on Grindr one time and unprovoked. I get a lot of messages on Grindr that are unprovoked. This person messaged me and goes, "Hi," something along the lines of like, "Oh, you're very beautiful. You look subhuman, like an android.
Nice.
Subhuman." I could be adding in "you're very beautiful" to soften the blow. I don't know if they said that, but they did say subhuman.
That's
And
not
then
country.
you look like an android.
But in a nice way, I'm sure.
I was in fits laughing. So I went onto Google. Another way you can send GIFs.
Yeah.
I sent Robin Williams and Bicentennial Man. And then I went onto Google and was getting all Bicentennial Man pictures and sending them. I was like, here's me pics. And I was like spamming them with
That's cute.
Bicentennial Man
I love
pictures. That's one of the milder things people said to me.
I know, I can only imagine. Well, I love a GIF. I love sending GIFs to like flirted stuff. There's loads of fab GIFs you can send. I don't want to give away my game too much because I send the same one to everyone. And I want you all to feel special.
Subhuman. Bicentennial Queen. That's a great film. Robbie Williams movie.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Little Miss.
But I remember there was something a bit, when I saw it, I remember thinking I was a bit uncomfortable. There was something
Here we go. The woke left. The woke fucking left on their agenda.
I don't even mean it like that. Well, what's that called? Oh my God, there is a name for it. Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
There's something quite like, that's real, it's not real. Kind of made me feel
about
a bit.
The suit
yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's the thing that kind of like,
suit.
they very much kind of put me on the bit. Like, I remember years ago there was a Pinocchio film as well, and there was a little boy, and I think it was a bit Uncanny Valley. And I was a bit like, no, I still enjoy it for what it is, but I was a bit like clenching the whole time.
Down looking me like that, Robin Williams. And you know, that's a real suit, that's a practical suit. But it's Robin Williams wore the suit for the whole thing. They didn't do like, oh, Little Miss stunt double and I'll just do the voice. He's actually in the suit for the whole thing.
That's crunchy.
So that's a cute little cinema fact.
That's Robin R.I.P.
More cinema facts. At 11.
That's real business.
Right, let me see. I think you have a final note. Oh, we do have a note.
Oh.
Can we just take a minute? I really want to talk about this cunt on the pod. I want to talk about this cunt on the pod. I saw TikTok and I sent it to her.
Her name is Lauren.
And it was like, when you see women buying Chris Brown tickets, and I was like, this woman just doing this. And I'm like, you see fucking anyone buying Chris Brown tickets?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Fell in realness?
Doing? I'm sorry.
No.
But I'm also not sorry. What the fuck is going on? He literally bet the shit out of not just Rihanna, but other people too.
And then the footage of when he's on stage with fans and he's like whipping the fat and fucking them away. And I'm like, you have fucking issues, diva. You're a cunt. You're a dickhead.
I'm not funding that.
Little bastard.
I haven't had McDonald's since October of last year. And I haven't had a Starbucks.
I'm not allowed a chocolate poxy frog and just people out here buying Chris Brown tickets.
Do you know what I mean?
Fucking
that part, when they say the quiet part out loud. Thank you. No, but in saying that, do you know what I mean? Like, have a fucking moral backbone. Do you know what I mean? I know everyone has free will. Everyone has the choice to do whatever.
To be honest, I think.
But have some respect for yourself and your morals and your values. In my opinion.
I don't know. I just don't know. What's worse, physically, like baiting up people, and also as a male hitting females. I'm like, generally that tends to be worse just because of the dynamics involved there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's worse, physically doing that multiple times, being confident and still having a career, or like saying something controversial and getting cancelled over? I'm like, I think fucking going around battering people's worse. In my opinion, I think that's worse.
Yeah.
But it seems to be just like let go. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that.
And it's not like, oh, it's just a rumor. We don't know. I'm like, no, he was literally like fucking arrested and charged and all over multiple counts, blah blah blah.
Speaking of
problematic, we've all seen the pictures of fucking Rihanna. Yeah,
it's not good. It's awful. Speaking of problematic concerts, do you remember Nicki Minaj was getting cancelled for like showing up like
she only did a 4-minute set and
12 days late and doing one number? Like, no, that's not what happened. But a few people got like
I think we should support her.
Listen, let's support women in business. Well, you would. Oh, that took me too long. This has to be your business. Well, listen, you're a changed woman now. I'm very impressed.
Oh my God, seriously.
You'd be getting here before. She's been sitting here since
yesterday. Having a manic episode. Stay tuned.
She's been sitting here since yesterday waiting to do all this with all the gear set up.
I slept in this chair.
That's their own business. Support women in sleeping in chairs. I do. And but no, Nicki Minaj did that. And I think people got refunds and then vouchers to get other Ticketmaster tickets or whatever. Right. So people are giving out about Sean Paul now because he showed up really late, and people were saying that his opening act was like stalling, and then when he finally came on, he only did like 30 minutes or something mad like that. Right. And was like, oh, they're making me only do like 2 more songs, and then he only ended up doing 1 song. They only were making him shut up because he left it so late in the curfew and stuff. And it could have gone on, but he would have been paying for it. They're like hit with like a fee if they go over the curfew, but it was his own fault in the end. They said he was like off time, and I've seen videos where he wasn't singing along to the music. He was like singing. It was like his earpiece was giving him the wrong time of the song or whatever. Like he wasn't at the right spot. So that was a bit of a shit show. But I'm just like, you know what? Like, fair enough. Get your refund, diva, or get your voucher to go see someone else, because that's a pain in the hole. Nice. People are spending hundreds of quid for these tickets. Are so expensive nowadays. And I feel like some artists just aren't.
I'd love to know what people were paying to go and see Sean Paul.
People were saying it was 100. Some people were paying 200-300. Yeah. I don't know how many tickets that was for. But like for a very short show. But fair enough as well. Like in this climate, like fair enough if you knew, right, it's going to be this much. I'm going to come on and do 3 songs, and then you're all going to go out afterwards and get pissed. Fair enough. But when it's advertised as a full show, do you know what I mean? And there's like set lists from other cities that the show's been done in, so you kind of know what songs are coming next from going on to Setlist FM or whatever the website is, and you're waiting for it, and it doesn't come then because they're like, do you know what I mean? Very much. So this is obviously filmed in the past to come out today because I'm off on my hollybops and we've loads of lovely. I hope you're enjoying our episodes while I'm away on my holidays, gallivanting, running around in my little speedos and terrorising the general public, having a great time. But listen, you're going to be filling in for me in Miss Panty Bar on Sundays while I'm gone. Are you excited?
I can't wait.
It's going to be you and Miss Jack Swift, my drag daughter, and your drag niece.
Yeah, I'm his drag auntie.
So cute.
I'm his drag evil stepmother.
He messaged me today and was like, I wonder if Autumn Moon would be my drag aunt. And I was like, well, I think she'd personally love it. There's only one way to find out. Why don't you ask her?
Gonna read from.
Absolutely. We're gonna listen. Remember, we were only saying this last week that we couldn't co-parent a child because it'd be too powerful. Do you know what I mean? My militant approach to the work and your Slatina approach to the work, the best of both worlds. That's gonna be one. Jack Swift is going to come for all of our jobs now. 1 year from now, we won't be able to get a gig.
This will be Jack Swift's podcast.
It's going to be the Jack Swift show, and we'll just be making the popcorn in the background. Very much. But I thought that was very sweet.
But he's gorgeous and he's beautiful. You are gorgeous, baby.
Very much, and so it's going to be you and Jack Swift in the Panty Bar on a Sunday.
I have me little DJ and geesh little thing on my phone, getting ready to. I'm gonna play these songs for these girls. I have my track list together.
Very much.
Fabulous.
It's going to be daddy, and you can do your little games.
Play a few games, do a few wigs, a few gigs. Hand out the popcorn, feed the children.
Very much. And I'm excited to find out how it all goes.
Hopefully we don't burn the place to the ground.
Well, listen, if you do, I'll be in the middle of the ocean. I won't be able to help. But listen, you're in safe hands with the Pantalina staff. Very much. It's going to be deadly.
The Panty crew.
So have fun with me, y'all, because my name is Teen Pot Sensation, Ariana Grindr.
I'm Autumn Moon.
And you're listening and watching
Amazon
Prime.
You are gorgeous, baby.
They do move in hers. I've always wanted to say it.
You can have this.
Oh, can we give them a hello?
Hello?
3, 2, 1. Hello! Nice, mate.